So these are all of Coach's slips that have a green check mark as of right now. Please do not pay any mind to the stakes that are any higher than 50 cents. Coach would adjust them down to 50 if he could. But they don't let you change a bet once it's been placed, and they're not offering good value. So we got to leave it until we get a chance to weasel out of it or something of that nature. And Coach is never putting another bet down in his life that has any more than 50 cents on it, because I've well learned my lesson, and Coach strongly suggests you heed that advice. Okay? And I think once you see what's going on here, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Check that out. 50 cents. They won't pay me $6.21. That's not bad. What's that, 2? So let's see. 12.5 to 1. I made 12.5 to 1 there. Coach letting that ride because the other picks look real good. He thinks they're definitely going to be willing to pay like a couple hundred or something after the Commanders hit. Maybe not quite that much. They'll be giving a lot more than 6. And then Ohio State Commanders, Stanford, and Bucks. They're not willing to pay anything amazingly after one has already won a championship. I hate how they do shit like that, right? But we're 3 championships away from $1.5 million. Okay, so or 1.55 million. Now, like I said, which he said 50 cents, not more. The coach is just being honest with you, showing you all the slips, right? So you put $1.25 to win 1.55. We need 3 more to hit, right? That still looks good. Coach is going to let that stand, especially if they only offer him 12 cents. Ohio State Commanders, Bucks versus Clippers and Guardians. Coach feels damn good about that, and it's for 1.5 million. You ain't paying me off with $6. I'll tell you that much. So let's see. Ohio State Commanders, Bucks to beat Clippers and Guardians. I put $1.25. They're already paying over 3 to 1 on that, over 4 to 1. So yeah, over 4 to 1 on that. They're already willing to pay. Over 5 to 1 on the one above that. Okay. They're willing to pay. Let's see. So they're not paying anything on that bottom one, but we're 4 away from 1.55. We'll let that ride for sure, especially because they're literally gonna tax us. It just blows Coach's mind. That's all they're thinking there. Now, let's see. Sorry, Coach, forgot he left something in the oven. Alrighty, so let's see. The one above that. So that's tempting, right? So we're 3 championships away, and they're offering us, that's by Coach's math, almost 14 to 1. Right? But we got a shot at like 100 times that, 6 or 1,000 times that. Right? If we'd slit that ride. So Coach ain't that hungry. He's gonna keep the better value there, especially because he thinks the Commanders are good. Maybe if something goes down with the Bucks, that's the only way I could see possibly wanting to weasel out of that one. Maybe sometime during the playoffs, right? But I'm feeling good about that for sure. So Ohio State Commanders, Stanford over Bucks, or no, Stanford and Bucks. They're not willing to pay anything. We're 3 championships away from 1.55. Coach wishes that was for $500,000 for 50 cents. That's way better value because Coach is poor. You probably are too, if you're honest with yourself, in relation to the beast and machine that we're engaging with in battle. That's a big part of poker. If the other person has more chips, or if you have more chips than your opponent, they're heavily outmatched, right? Like, you control the action. You can afford to lose over and 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 over again. Eventually, you win it all back. One fell swoop. That's kind of how it works, right? Now, even that 55 cent bet Coach doesn't like, so he wishes he could adjust that down to 50, right? But they're not paying anything, so we're letting that ride, and we're good for 31 grand, 420 grand if that hits, right? So that one at the bottom there, that's tempting. That's a whole bet back, and Coach does think that's bust, and that's gonna go bust real soon. But 50 cents of insurance that pays out $111,000 if I'm only wrong by 1 loser, and we're 1 game away. Coach ain't betting that heavy on the Chiefs. Let's let that one ride. Okay? And then Ohio State Commanders and Stanford, looking at 32 grand if we get 2 more championships. Okay, one team's only 2 games away. We're definitely not going to take a loss on that, a 9-cent loss. We're going to let that ride. Ohio State Commanders, Stanford Bucks. Okay, they're not willing to pay anything, but it's good for 155 if it hits, 155,000. And we're 3 championships away. They're not paying anything on Commanders to beat Bills, but once again, that's good for $1 million, right? There's one game difference, right? Coach will burn one bet there, although it's probably not the smartest move in the world. Bills are the ones that scare me the most, as stupid and weird as it is. We've seen it before. We've seen the Commanders beat the Bills, so I don't want to completely blow my shot at getting big paid sooner over squabbling with 50 cents, and they're trying to shmew me out of 3 cents, right? So bottom, they're not paying, but it's 50 cents to win 30 grand. We only need Chiefs versus Commanders at Stanford. We're riding Stanford a little too hard here. Coach's gonna have to spread this out a little bit, but they're definitely the best odds. That's the money maker for Coach. If Stanford hits, all the rest is gravy. Ohio State Chiefs to beat Commanders. Okay, that was a misclick. Okay, Coach did cash that out. We gained a nickel. Coach ain't sneezing at a nickel. They want to pay me a nickel for my dumbass clicking the wrong button. We'll take it. So Coach, so 5 cents there. All right, and he gets to put it back in on the Commanders, whatever the hell else he wants to do. Commanders, they're still giving us great value on the Commanders. Take them. I never told you to sell Ohio State. Remember that. I never, ever, ever told you to sell Ohio State stock. So I hope that part was clear. I just told you to freeze buying Ohio State stock because the value was so poor. And as much as we feel good about what we had, the other value, is far better. It makes more sense, and Coach lost like $4 or whatever, but let's see if we gained it back when it's all said and done, right? So right here, 50 cents. They're already willing to pay me $1.29, right? Chiefs to beat Commanders. Oh, oopsies. Yep, cash that out. Coach gained 79 cents. We're already up over $1. That's a good chunk of the Notre Dame insurance back, right? Right above there. Oopsies, did we do it again? That's another 46 cents. We're up $1.50. Don't forget, Coach cashed out $2.50 on the Lions. There's your $4 back that I lost on Notre Dame. Boom. Okay, so all we gotta do: Commanders to beat Chiefs, Stanford. Pace. It's like 70 grand. Yeah, we'll take that. Okay. Commanders to beat Chiefs and Bucks to beat Clippers. They'll pay us 34 grand off 50 cents. We'll take that. Okay. Chiefs versus Commanders, Stanford and Bucks for 400K. Not bad off 50 cents. Okay. Ohio State Commanders to beat Chiefs and Stanford. Okay. It's 100,000 to 1 odds. Right? They only want to give us 34 cents even though we're a third of the way home. That's okay. Alrighty. So that's what Coach has for you. I hope your slips look similar, especially the stakes. I'm telling you, listen to Coach. 50.50. If they start letting you put a penny, do that instead.